Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Battle Court Jai-Alai. Tonight's game day will feature the Cyclones and the Fireballs. And with that, I want to welcome everybody into another edition of our Fall 24 Battle Court season. I am Andrew Bleckman, joined alongside Stu Nyman to bring you the Fireballs and the Cyclones this evening. How you doing today, Stu?
Andrew, I'm doing well. Looking forward to a fantastic day of play here. Players are already getting warmed up on the court.
That's a great game day for the Cyclones this past Friday night, defeating the Devils, taking 5.5 of a possible 8 points. See if they can recreate that here today against the expansion team, the Fireballs. Just their second season, looking to get to the playoffs for the first time. We see the standings up there. Renegades up at the top, half a point lead over the Cyclones. Warriors, Fireballs tied for fourth. Chargers just outside the playoffs, as are the Devils. We're going to get started today with second division doubles matchup. The team that concluded the day on Friday night, that was Fronton and Amigarena for the Cyclones. They take on Hormachea and Ubilla of the Fireballs. Seen this Fireballs team one time so far this season. They lost against Hyro and Urbieta, and then Fronton and Amigarena played together last season as the second team for the Fireballs, just 2-8 in their 10 matches played, and they are 0-1 to begin this Fall 24 season.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to begin our first match of the game day. Cyclones will have the serve, Fronton and Amigarena. Fronton has the serve. Fronton serves, we begin. Ubilla, backhand powerfully thrown to the inside. Beautiful catch by Ubilla off the side wall. Amigarena's there. Backhand from the 11 line. Here's Hormachea. Ubilla from the left side. A little too hard. That hit the overhead screen, which is out of play. First point of the game day goes to the Cyclones, Fronton and Amigarena.
Ubilla came out throwing it about as hard as we've seen this season. First one was able to clear the overhead screen. Second one, not so much, just catching a piece.
Powerful serve by Fronton. Here's Ubilla. Such a hard backhand caught in the air by Amigarena. Backhand by Ubilla. Here's the rebote. That rebound off the back wall fired by Fronton. Rebote left side. Caught by Fronton. Fronton split placement. Scoop attempt tipped. 2 points for Fronton and Amigarena of the Cyclones. Fronton has the serve.
Yeah, Fronton a little more aggressive from the costado to begin this season. Great play on Friday night. You see that one just clips a little bit.
Looks like he brought his game from Friday night back into today so far.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely aggressive style of play for Fronton.
And we've seen that scoop moving towards the outside, coming to the player's forehand. That's a lot more difficult to make.
Ubilla on the backhand, powerfully thrown to the inside. Rebote left side is saved by Fronton. Hormachea, backhand to the inside. What a catch by Fronton. There's the backhand. Hormachea is there. Costado 2-all, thrown beautifully, but stopped by Fronton. What a scoop by Hormachea. It was deep, he missed it. On the backswing, 3 points for Fronton and Amigarena. So communication there was excellent. Hormachea coming all the way to the back. He didn't believe that Ubilla was in position. Went for a scoop back at the 10 line.
And that's actually the easier way to catch that ball on the left side compared to the right.
Especially with that spin. You're absolutely right. Ubilla on the backhand. Amigarena from the 12 line to the inside. Hormachea is there. Backhand from the 9 on the wall, stopped by Fronton. Will be a hard to the inside again, and Migarena's there. That ball beautifully thrown by Ubilla right to the corner. Hormachea has it on the forehand. Powerful forehand by Hormachea, caught in the air by Migarena. Rebote, left side by Hormachea, cut off by Ferranda. Aggressive play by Ferranda at the 3 line. Rebote by Ferranda, big bounce. Brought down by Ubilla, backhand from the 8 line, and Migarena's there. Ubilla over the top from the right side, stopped by Ferranda. Ubilla calls for it, backhand from the 11. Hormachea on the rebote, keeps it inside at the sidewall. Beautiful catch by Migarena. Ubilla, right side sidearm, stopped in the air by Ferranda. Ferranda goes low and inside, and Hormachea is there, backhand. Deep in the backcourt is Migarena. He sends it to the back wall. Well played. Hormachea fires it back. Rebote coming out. Saved by Ferranda. Here's Hormachea at the 7. Lower and harder. Stopped by Migarena at the 9. Will be a beautiful catch there on the left side. One-handed grab just tipped. That is 4 straight points for the Cyclones. Ferranda and Migarena. Ferranda has a serve.
I mean, just so far improved from what we saw last season. I mean, coming in for the first time, we say it time and time again, but it is so difficult to make the adjustment within the first couple of game days.
Oh, no question about that. It's taken Migarena basically months.
4 months?
Yeah, to get to where he is now, including practice in the off season.
And Ferranda as well. What a great start. Now dropped down to Division III. You're seeing him play with a little more confidence to begin this season.
Migarena backhand from the 11 line. Hormachea at the side wall. That is such a tough catch. Big right side. This one caught by Ubilla. Ubilla sends it deep. Rebote. Forehand by Ferranda. Difficult catch made by Ubilla. Ball tipped at the 11 line. 5 points. Possible set point for Ferranda and Migarena. So the score not really reflective of the style of play that we've seen so far today.
Yeah, and it's just been kind of a battle of just catching one more ball than your opponent early on. And again, that's going to favor the team with a little more experience, not only on this court, but playing together too.
Definitely.
Hormachea, you got to start to throw a couple more shots up there in the front if they want to get back into this match.
Ubilla, big right side, low and hard, crossing the side wall. Ferranda dug that out, but it hit the overhead screen. There will be no shutout. Hormachea and Ubilla are on the board with a point. It is still possible set point for Ferranda and Migarena.
Or Ubilla can come from the backcourt and rip one to the inside.
And just blast. He's got so much power on both sides.
And that was well done. Again, the key, not really playable on the rebote. Migarena dug out 5, maybe 7 balls on Friday night. That one just a little high up in the screen.
Hard serve by Hormachea. Nice catch hand return. Ubilla down low. Backhand. Migarena's there. Backhand from the 12. Ubilla on the forehand, deep in the backcourt. Sidearm play. Rebote. Left side by Ferranda. Lays it up. Hormachea aggressively, drop shot. That scores on the second bounce. Well done. 2 points for Hormachea and Ubilla. Of the fireballs, Hormachea has the serve. Reminder the scoring in battle court. First team to reach 6 points wins the set. First team to win 2 sets wins the match.
Well, the drop shot scores at a high rate, and that's a perfect illustration. I mean, the back quarter hanging a little deep. Ferranda, as the front quarter, goes to protect the outside. He's just throwing the ball where his opponent is not.
And that was
Very
just
simple.
above the, I mean, that was just above the pad. Backhand by Migarena, caught by Hormachea. Hormachea powerfully from the left side. What a catch by Migarena. Here's Ubilla. Rebote forehand saved by Hormachea. Here's Ferronda. Ferronda, high and hard at the back wall. Rebote forehand by Hormachea. Ubilla, powerful, powerful throw. He's keeping it low. What a rebote save by Amigarena. Here's Ubilla. Back to the hard throw. Ferronda cuts this one off at the 8 line. Big backhand by Ubilla. Ferronda tip ball at the side wall. Still possible set point here for the Cyclones. Ferronda and Amigarena fireballs, though, coming back from 0 points to 3. Hormachea has the serve.
Ubilla working hard, trying to get the fireballs back into this first set. I mean, up everywhere from the 7 line back to the 12 line. 2 plays in a row and got his team a crucial 3rd point.
Maintaining their focus and composure, that's the most important thing, despite the score. Powerful serve again by Hormachea. Rebote forehand saved by Hormachea right at the side wall, is tipped in the front court by Amigarena. Ubilla, tough catch at the 11 line. Rebote coming out. Ferronda makes a save. Splitter caught in the air by Hormachea. Hormachea again for the drop shot, scores on the second bounce. Ladies and gentlemen, it is 5-5. This is set point. My.
I mean, better than the one he threw early on in this set.
I mean, it was 4 straight unanswered points there in the beginning for the Cyclones. Hormachea had success with this drop shot earlier. Look at that there. Scores on the second bounce.
But what set that up? That throw by Ferronda just clipped the side wall, gives it to Hormachea on his costado in the middle of the court. That's a dangerous spot to throw the costado from.
What a catch by Ubilla. There's the backhand. Amigarena's there. Backhand to the inside. Hormachea, costado to the inside, picked up by Amigarena. Ubilla, backhand from the 12 line, powerfully thrown to the inside. What a catch by Ferronda. Ubilla, powerful, powerful, powerful left side, stopped by Amigarena. These backquarters trading bullets. Rebote coming out. Ferronda slows it down, makes the save. Here's Hormachea. Drop shot. 1,
got him.
2.
My.
Point, set, 2. Hormachea and Ubilla. They take the first set and a great comeback, 6-5. 2 minutes go on the board. We'll come back out, play our next set.
Wow, what a comeback there, Stu. 6 straight points.
Yeah,
and the fireballs, Hormachea and Ubilla. I mean, hard to say that we've seen backhands like Lopez, but those were Lopez-like coming from the backcourt by Ubilla. I mean, just right on the wall, low and hard, and just putting pressure on the defense those last couple points.
It's sometimes been the experience in Jai-Alai that strong, particularly hard throwers sometimes have a little difficulty catching the ball. And Ubilla sometimes has difficulty with that. Not in this, not in that comeback. He didn't. He played great. Here we have some replays from that first set. See Ferronda. Ferronda started off very aggressive coming out of that Friday night play that he was just terrific. And then once Hormachea found this drop shot, he went back to it 3 times. And it was successful each time because when he's throwing it, you don't know if he's throwing it hard. So you may want to stay back a little bit because if you move up on it too quickly, go right by you. Here we are in the DraftKings players cage. Players taking their breaks back here in between sets and to prepare for matches. There you see Ferronda in the foreground. Amigarena with the cesta on. And again, not a lot of drama. Some teams a little bit more dramatic than others.
All business.
All business there.
Flipping back over to the fireballs. Hormachea and Ubilla, and going to be a long day here for Hormachea. We'll be playing in 3 matches because he's got a substitute for Inaki in the 3rd division doubles. And also Ubilla will be playing as a substitute for Inaki in the number 1 singles match.
Up against Manu. That'll be really interesting to see.
So a couple changes today. In spite of that Inaki injury, Fireball's playing well. They took the first set 6-5. See what happens here in set number 2.
Clock counts down. We're ready to begin our second set. Reminder of the scoring in Battle Court. First team to reach 6 points wins the set. First team to win 2 sets wins the match. Ferronda will have the serve for the Cyclones.
And set one, Hormachea established the drop shot, the inside placement shot.
They're going to be looking for it.
Right. Now, let's see if he
for it.
changes that up. Is he going to go split placement? He's going to throw the 2-wall.
He's got a good 2-wall. He's got a really good 2-wall that we saw in the practice before we started.
Yeah, and the thing about his windup on the costado, it's a little bit slower than others, and then he just kind of rips it right at the last second, so it's hard to know whether he's going to drop it inside or put it into the side wall. By that time, it may be too late. See what happens here. Set 2, ready to begin.
I'm glad you noticed that. You may get the hang of this after all. Ferranda serves, we begin. Big right side by Ubilla. Rebote by Ferranda. Here's Ubilla from the 10 line, backhand to the inside. Ubilla now on the backhand to the inside, powerfully thrown. Rebote, that rebound off the back wall comes out. Hormachea on the rebote, high to the front wall, that clears. Hormachea stopped the backhand 2-wall, puts it back inside. Permanent, you said? Costado 2-wall opens and scores for Hormachea. Very well done. Beautifully executed by Hormachea. The 2-wall scores. Fireballs on the board first here in the second set. Hormachea has the serve.
Not sure if we have another look at that costado, but that's a good example of what I'm talking about. He winds it up and then, bam, at the last second, fired it into the side wall.
You don't know where he's going. As long as the basket stays in constant motion, it's not holding.
The ball's got a lot of spin. It opened up nicely, too.
What a catch by Ubilla. At the back wall, powerful backhand follows. Rebote by Ferranda. He sends that touch, the rail on the side wall, just under the screen there. That's out of play. That's 2 points for Hormachea and Ubilla. The fireballs, Hormachea serves.
And give the referees credit. That's probably the most difficult call to make on this court, especially without a sound. And
because it's got a natural bounce to it.
Right. That ball definitely clipped the rail. Take a look here again. That's the costado from Hormachea. Slows it, winds it up, bam, right in the sidewall. Look at Ferranda. I mean, he took off, hesitated just a little bit, and beat him to the net.
Migurena moves up, makes the catch. Rebote coming in low. Hormachea makes a save on the left side. Backhand by Migurena, caught by Hormachea. Rebote. Hormachea calls for the rebote. He's on the side wall making that difficult play. Ferranda aggressively to the corner. Ubilla cuts it off. There's the backhand by Ubilla. Here's the catch by Ubilla. Big right side, stopped by Migurena. Rebote save. Migurena from the forehand. Big bounce, brought down by Ubilla. Ubilla from the 11 line, caught by Ferranda. Ferranda low and hard, a bullet is stopped by Ubilla. Ubilla now from the forehand. That ball tipped here in the backcourt. That is 3 points for the Fireballs, Hormachea and Ubilla. Hormachea has the serve.
Yeah, Migurena crossed up there in the backcourt, thought that was going to kick to the forehand and just stayed to his left side.
That was like right against it. When the cesta's that close to your body, it's so hard to control the ball. It made contact with the cesta, so he could have caught it, but just not able to get it into the basket. Here's a serve by Hormachea.
With that 9 straight points for the Fireballs as well.
Here's a backhand by Ubilla. Migurena from deep in the backcourt. Hormachea is there. Backhand from the 9 line. Big backhand by Ubilla. He launches this one. Rebote forehand by Ferranda. Powerful forehand rebote. That's on the wall. Such a tough play. Man. Hits too high on the front wall. That is out of play. Well thrown by Ferranda to score. Cyclones are on the board with a point.
Finally able to stop the run. Again, not much Hormachea can do, just trying to get that ball up off the front wall.
You know, we say get it close to the side wall, but not exactly the easiest thing to do when you're throwing it to the front wall, getting it back to the side wall, or having it come off the back wall in the rebote to the side wall. But you see what it does. If it's on the wall, it's just very difficult to make the throw. Hormachea picks a powerful serve. Drop shot. Ubilla was ready for this. That ball's in play. Backhand by Ubilla.
What an effort.
What an amazing save by Amigarena, who's in the front court. Amigarena, as a front quarter, goes to the outside, just missed it on the forehand. Great teamwork there. This point does go to the fireballs, however. Hormachea and Ubilla. Hormachea serves.
I mean, neither Cyclone skipped a beat. Ferronda knew exactly where to go, cover the space, back on the inside. It's just a bullet coming in the corner.
Such excellent teamwork.
I mean, Amigarena's throwing his body around more than anybody this season, falling hard again. I mean, look at this. What a great opportunity in the forehand. You're trying to navigate the net, too, when you're there on the outside. Worried about your footing. You're going to take a bad step. You're going to slip, and just didn't come together for Amigarena.
Amigarena on the backhand. Hormachea takes it in the air at the 8 line. Powerful backhand follows. Here's Amigarena from the back wall. Big backhand by Ubilla. Backhand 2-all.
That's
a
trouble.
little bit of a rebote, but not enough to the outside. That scores. That is well done by Ubilla. That gets the Fireballs 5 points and a possible match point.
I mean, this is one of the more impressive comebacks we've ever seen. I mean, this is only the second time Hormachea and Ubilla have played together. Ubilla, just his second or third match in the third division, going toe-to-toe with guys that have proven that they could win at this level.
He can play at this level. He's had some difficulty missing the ball, but that doesn't seem to be the case today.
I mean, kind of like a power hitter. He's going to give you a lot of home runs, a couple strikeouts, but not many outs today.
What a catch by Ubilla. Ferronda calling for the rebote. He makes the save. Ubilla moves in. Backhand from the 7 line. On the wall again. Ferronda makes this save. Here's Ubilla. Backhand bullet by Ubilla. What a catch by Amigarena. Backhand by Amigarena. Amigarena again. Beautiful catch at the 13 line. Hormachea on the forehand from the 7. Rebote coming way out. Ferronda makes a save, just lays it up. Hormachea aggressively at the 4 line. Rebote save. Hormachea again. Rifling it to the outside, just too low. That caught the top of the pad. Any part of the pad is bad. 2 points for the Cyclones, Ferronda and Amigarena. Particularly aggressive play there by Hormachea. Wow.
Well, given the Cyclones another life, he probably wound that up and thought the match was going to be over. This is the throw that maybe would like to have back. I mean, floating it enough. Amigarena is not even diving for that rebote. This one straight outside, and it's not easy to read, but just have to make sure you hit the front wall.
Ubilla, backhand from the 10 line. Rebote left side. Here's Ubilla from the 9. Powerful, powerful throws stopped in the air by Amigarena. That ball's tipped in the back. 3 points for Ferronda and Amigarena of the Cyclones. Ferronda has the serve. It is still possible match point for the Fireballs.
Yeah, he's been catching great today, but that one was difficult even for the way he's been playing. I mean, crossing low back at the 12 line, bending down.
He was crouched down, yeah.
And a lot going on, forcing that miss. Cyclones hanging around in this second set.
Ubilla on the catch. Backhand from the 11 line. Rebote left side. Cut off in the air by Hormachea. Big backhand. Stopped by Amigarena. Amigarena on the catch. Overhead. Backhand from the 10 line. Here's Ubilla. Hard throw to the inside. Amigarena's there. Ubilla, powerful, powerful backhand. This rebote, that rebound off the back wall for Ferronda. Caught in the air on the return by Ubilla. Rebote save. Hormachea takes it in the air. 2-all, rifled home to score. picture perfect Costalo 2-all to win it. Hormachea and Ubilla take it for the Fireballs in the second set, 6-3.
Wow. 6 straight points in set number 1. The Fireballs come back in set number 2. They win it 6-3. First 1.5 points up on the board, courtesy of Hormachea and Ubilla. They improved to 1-1 on this fall 24 Battle Court season. Boy, this thing opened up wide, Stu. Look at that. Rebote opens up off the front wall. Hormachea's got it. I mean, this thing hits. Man, that's in the net about the 4 line. Well done. What a way to close it out. Straight sets. Fireballs take our opening match. Take a look at that game day scoreboard. 1.5 points for the Fireballs. And now moving up into solo third place. They came in tied with the Warriors. Both teams had played 2 game days. See now just 1 point outside of the top spot. But of course you have to keep in mind the game days played. And the Cyclones and Fireballs will be 1 ahead of the other 4 teams at the conclusion of the 6 matches. We have our winning team ready to go in the DraftKings Players Cage. That's going to be Hormachea and Ubilla. Got to get the stat on that, but I think that maybe just the second 6-point comeback we've seen in any one set in Battle Court. And these guys didn't let up in set 2. They got the win. Here is Hormachea and Ubilla.
All right, Hormachea, Ubilla, congratulations on that win. What an incredible comeback. Hormachea, you found in that first set the perfect drop shot. What were you thinking about, and what was your strategy moving forward from there?
I think we started off a little nervous, and then we started playing our game. He's dominating in the back, and he was leaving me more chances so I can get the ball up in the front. So I just had to go for it. And we've been practicing all week to throw those little drop shots, and they came out.
And then, yeah, this is your first time playing in such high divisions in this season of Battle Court. You'll be playing in Division 1 and Division 2. How is your confidence going into these matches?
Confidence is there. I know that it's going to be a lot tougher. Playing against these giants, it's hard, right? So you absolutely have to come out aggressive and secure of yourself. Otherwise, you know, it's a sprint to 6 points. You lose the first 3 points and you're 50% down already.
Well, guys, again, congratulations on winning that match. Let's see what else happens on today's game day.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
And up next, look at here, 5th Division doubles. It's going to be Jeden and Ikeda for the Fireballs against Ron and Rock of the Cyclones. We are ready to begin match number 2. Ron and Rock have the serve. There's a serve by Ron. Our second match is underway. Backhand to the inside, played by Ikeda. Good catch by Rock right off the side wall. The backhand, that caught the rail just above the front wall, which is out of play. First point to the Fireballs, Jeden and Ikeda.
That same spot that we talked about earlier, again, you're trying to get the ball back and over your opponent's heads. You have to keep in mind how close you are to the overhead screen.
Hard serve, Rock getting back in there, makes the catch before it crosses the side wall. Ikeda reaching low at the 10 line. Sidearm forehand picked off by Ron. There's Ikeda back beyond the 13 line, comes high off the front wall. Ron looking for it, he cuts it off. Other backhand, Ikeda leaping grab back behind him. Ron steps back again. Ooh, that one missed. 2 points for Jeden and Ikeda.
Ron usually handling those without much difficulty. Can't imagine he didn't seem like he was moving into position to throw a shot, but...
Serve comes to Rock's forehand. Winds it up, low and hard. Back to the inside. There's Ikeda. Ikeda low runner on the wall. Rock lets it pass. Both players, and neither come away with the rebote. That's 3 straight.
So Ron was calling Rock off. Rock was really just trying to get out of the way, but I think he knows that he doesn't go to the side wall. He has to move out. He just didn't get out of the way in time.
Fault over serve. Either touch or pass the 7 line. Second serve coming up. Second serve is good. Rock in the middle of the court. Soft touch on the forehand. Jeden looking for it. Cuts it off on the inside. High, hard throw. Rock, another forehand at the 10 line this time. Plays it to the inside. Here's Ikeda advancing up at the 8. Outside placement. Lands out. First point for the Cyclones. Ron and Rock.
Outside placement. Good shot selection. Just you got to get it in that outside boundary you see there. Right there on the floor. Got to be in. Can't touch the line. Certainly can't go out.
Backhand inside, taken by Rock. Rock just beyond the 11, low runner. Jeden crouching down, pulls it in. Backhand sticks inside, Rock right on the wall. Good grab. Backhand. Launch into the corner. Here's Ikeda keeping it on the right side. Oh, just out of reach of Ron. Miscommunication resulting in a point for the Fireballs. They lead 4-1.
Again, Rock doing his best to try to make something out of that play there in the corner, just not able to get back there. Ron, got to imagine, is looking for one of these serves. Not that one.
Rock on the forehand, drop to the inside. Here's Jeden at the 8. Low runner just above the pad. There's a good scoop by Rock in the backcourt. This one just above the pad. Ikeda calls him off, waits for it. At the 12 line, there's a powerful forehand dropping between the Cyclones. Ron comes back for the rebote. That's just above the pad. Ikeda up at the 7 line, backhand. Rock waiting for it, makes the catch. This one high and hard. Ikeda stays up at the 9 line. He's waiting on the rebote. Drop to the inside, just out of reach of Ron. Here's Rock from the backcourt. High off the front wall, Ikeda advancing. Ikeda, quick turn back to the inside. Rock is there. That one caught the corner. Ikeda on the hop. This one low and hard back to the inside. Back it up. Rock scooped it up. High scoop. And a powerful backhand comes shooting off the back wall. Rebote saved by Ikeda. Here's Ron on the costado to the outside. Ikeda's got it. Ikeda low and hard. That will score. Soft forehand brings the Fireballs to 5 points. They have a possible set point.
Interesting, and we'll call it aggressive play on the court. Just aggressive play. Players are not giving each other a lot of space to maneuver around.
Well, yeah, I mean, Ikeda faked like he was going to throw a carom and then just went with the forehand back inside. Ron was taken off defending the 2-wall. So that's an overserve. Second serve coming up.
Even here in the back, even here in the backcourt, you'll see some crossing.
Yeah.
That is
crossing and then guessing incorrectly is a dangerous combination.
That's interesting.
Yeah. On the bounce, here's Ikeda up at the 9, coming over the top. Ron looking for it. He makes the catch, crashes into the sidewall, gets it off in time. Ikeda from the 12, high off the front wall. There's Ron backing up, cuts it off again. Oh, his backhand is in the overhead screen. Point and set. Jen and Ikeda win it 6-1. 2 minutes will come back and play set 2.
Yeah, so Cyclones need to get back here into the DraftKings players cage and regroup. You see some communication there between Ikeda and Ron, old friends in the sport, but also making sure that everybody's okay with the proximity issue.
Yeah, and I don't even know if Ron saw that ball coming because he turned his head. He was looking the other way, and he was defending the 2-wall. He was not expecting a low, softer forehand coming to the inside.
It's just hard to see the ball when someone's crossing in front of you, especially that's wearing a white shirt. It's a lot of white that a ball is supposed to appear out of nowhere, and you're supposed to make the catch. You're watching Battle Court live from the Magic City Jai-Alai Fronton in Miami, Florida. We are currently in our second of 6 scheduled matches on the game day.
Jen and Ikeda, this is already their 3rd match of the regular season. They've played all 3 game days for the Fireballs. Last time out, they took on Goenaga and Flores, and boy, Goenaga was on fire. Took it to Jeden, throwing a variety of shots and really no answer. In this matchup, a little more opportunity for the Fireballs to stay in these rallies. Ikeda throwing some shots. Jeden, good play up in the front, cutting a few off, getting involved, and much fewer mistakes, most importantly.
No question about it here with the Fireballs. There's a high degree of energy on that side of the players' cage. Got about 30 seconds before we return for our second set.
But Ikeda's played so well in the backcourt to begin this season.
Yeah.
You forget that, I mean, he's played previous 5 seasons up in the front, a majority up in the front court.
But what does he do? He catches and throws, and that's really what you need in the backcourt, that consistent catching. And Ikeda definitely provides that. Set the front quarter up to try to kill the point.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to begin. Set number 2, Cyclones. Ron and Rock have the serve.
Rocket appears to be out there handing out lollipops before we begin the second, making sure that everybody's on good terms. That's just the kind of guy Rock is. Consummate positive energy.
There's a serve by Ron. Our second set is underway. Ikeda with the backhand. Lifted to Rock. Rock back beyond the 11 line. Low runner to the inside. Ikeda steps up. Ikeda high and hard. Rock picks it off the side wall. Backhand. Coming out to the middle of the court. Ikeda's got this one. Forehand over the top. Ron looking for it. Gets by the front court. Here's Rock back beyond the 13. Comes over the top. Ikeda on the bounce. From the 11 line. Delivers one. Dropping it between the Cyclones again. Another rebote save by Ron. Here's Jedden up on the costado. Hard to the inside. Good pickup. Here's Rock. Backhand just does clear. Ikeda backed up to the glass. Makes the catch. Backhand coming up the middle. Here's Ron now on the forehand outside placement. Scooped by Jedden. Jedden hard to the inside. Rock waiting for it. He's got it on the forehand.
Oh,
this one dropped above the pad. Oh, Ikeda got up there before the second bounce. Rock steps up to it. Backhand. High and hard. That clears the overhead screen. Ikeda up at the 6 line. He gets in there for the rebote. Wow. Forehand just over Ikeda's head. Ikeda now drops it to the inside. Oh, Ron coming back for it. Makes the catch. Backhand just above the pad. Here's Ikeda now.
Rock went from handing out lollipops to headhunting out there.
High hard throw. Ikeda out of the way. Jedden. Forehand rebote. Rock just beyond the 10, backhand to the inside. Here's Ikeda picking it off the side wall. This one lobbed up. Rock's got it again. Rebote left side. Jedden turns it into a 2-wall. Ron's got it in the air. Ron, oh, the cortada's low. First point of our second set goes to the Fireballs.
Tell you, Ron saw that giant space to the inside between the 1 and 6 line from the middle of the court to the side wall and said, let me get the ball in there just above the pad. It was obvious he was trying to do good shot selection. Just did not execute, hit the pad.
Rock steps up to that serve. Forehand right over the top. Ikeda calls him off from the backcourt. High hard throw, dropping in the corner. Rebote missed by Ron. That's a point for the Fireballs. They lead 2-0 in the second set.
Also some uncharacteristic misses here for Ron. Nothing's been easy to him. None of those rebotes are dry. That rebound off the back wall is dropping. Just hasn't been able to get it in.
Rock, soft touch on the forehand, sticks inside. Ikeda comes over the top. Ron picks it off. Backhand from the 7, low runner. Ikeda's in there, makes the catch on the left side. That's cutting on the wall. Ron, tough rebote save, not a lot of space. Here's Jedden from the costado. Soft touch on the drop shot. Ron not going to get there. Here's Rock, outside placement. Scooped up by Jedden, good body control. Jedden's forehand out of reach. Ron looking for it on the back end. He
Beautiful
turns
save.
a rebote. What a save. That's floating. Good pick by Ikeda, the backhand lobbed up. And it scores.
Tough one.
What a point. The Fireballs lead 3-0.
Tough one for Rock. Always difficult to catch the ball when you're moving backwards. You want to plant and play the rebote, or plant and catch it over your head one way or the other. You don't want to be moving backwards when you're trying to catch.
Ron's got that one. Outside placement is outside of play. 4 points for the Fireballs.
Ron obviously feeling some pressure to get some points up on the board there. Beautiful catch. Good shot selection. Just did not land it in the boundary line.
Forehand to the inside. Ikeda spinning rebote save. Ooh, Rock's got to get up there. He just does before the second bounce. Sidearm throw. This is picked off by Ikeda. Ikeda hard back to the inside. Rock looking for it. Makes a diving save on the rebote. Jen attacks. That ball missed up in the front court. That's a point for the Cyclones. Ron and Rock.
So there'll be no shutout. Let's see if the Cyclones are able to put any type of points here on the board. Momentum clearly with the fireballs.
Ikeda high and hard from the right side. Ron waiting for the rebote. That dive makes a good save on the bounce. Ikeda attacking up at the 8. Hard over the top. Rock steps up. Backhand from the 10 line. Out to the middle of the court. Ikeda alone for the rebote makes a spinning save. Rock on the outside, controls it, comes back over the top. Big bounce. Here's Ikeda on the inside. That one right on the wall again. Ron attacking the backhand. Not past Ikeda. Good leaping catch at the 11 line. Ikeda now at the 12. Slows it down again. Trying to get it between them. Ooh, Ron cut it off. There's a 2-all. That opens up. Jedden stops it. Jedden just above the pad. Oh, Ron, what a scoop. Great control. Keeps the rally going. Rock from the 11 line. Opens up to the middle of the court. Here's Jedden. A little running backhand to the inside. Rock out of the way. Calls him off and turns the rebote. Jedden gets there again. Low end hard. That is just above the pad. Beautiful. And scoring. 5 points for the Fireballs. Jedden and Ikeda, they have a possible set and a possible match point.
Name of the shot is called Cortada, and this is perfectly executed by Jedden. He throws it low and hard just above the pad. It goes to the side wall and dies. That's what you want the Cortada to do. Very well done.
That serve scores for the win. The ace ends it. 6-1, 6-1. Straight sets for the Fireballs, Jedden and Ikeda. Only 2 wins to start off the game day for the Fireballs already. 3 points. What a dominant performance, Jedden and Ikeda. I mean, couldn't get anything going last time out against Goenaga and Flores. They come back. Quite the statement. 6-1, 6-1. Game day scored 3 points for the Fireballs early on. And we have not yet onto the part of the program where the scratch of Inaki takes effect. That begins now. Manu will take on Ubilla up next. Ubilla, 3rd division player for the Fireballs, stepping in against Manu.
Yeah, 2 very different players we're about to see play. Manu, an absolute magician with that left side. And Ubilla basically just a giant cannon.
Now we saw that power on display in the doubles. A little bit different over in singles, especially for a backcourter. But before we get to that matchup, let's hear from Jedden and Ikeda. There they are.
All right, Jedden and Ikeda, congratulations on winning that match. You're 2-1 so far this season. What's working with this team?
What's working, just communication. We talked about that before the game. Ron came back playing strong. Tennessee's been playing great at backcourt. So communication was key because Ron throws tricky shots, and sometimes Tennessee catches crazy catches and also throws tricky shots. But communications were key this game.
Yep. The same. Yep. Communication. Definitely.
Well, guys, again, congratulations on winning that match. We'll see what else happens on today's game day.
Let's go Fireballs.
Go Fireballs.
And up next, top division singles. It's going to be Manu for the Cyclones, but Ubilla steps in as a substitute for the Fireballs.
Manu serves.
Manu will have the serve coming out next for the Cyclones to get their first point of the game day.
We're ready to begin our next match. Manu has the serve for the Cyclones. Manu serves, we begin. Backhand by Ubilla. Here's Manu from the 10 line, powerfully to the inside. Rebote left side by Manu. Ubilla advances, has it on the forehand. Manu saves it, puts it inside. Ubilla's there. Manu goes to the floor again to make this play. Here's Ubilla winding up at the 7. Hard to the inside. Manu catches that in the air. There's the backhand. Ubilla, backhand from the 10 line. Scoop by Manu. Rebote left side. Catch by Manu. Manu, Costado 2-all, lands in and scores. Beautifully executed. Cyclones are on the board first here with Manu. 1-0.
Well, Manu's rebote is not like most backcourters. His Costado, I mean, you can add that to it too. I mean, look at that one, opening up wide, dropping just inside the boundary line to score.
He has a very good forehand, but he is a master with the backhand.
Absolutely.
Absolute master with the backhand. Here's a good catch by Ubilla. Rebote forehand, right up the middle. Ubilla going for it on the bounce, has a tip ball at the 10 line. 2 points for Manu. With the Cyclones, he serves.
Always want to advance on that ball and catch it in the air.
There's a backhand by Ubilla. Rebote saved by Ubilla. That's nicely played. Here's Manu from the 9 line. Backhand to the corner. Out to the rebote again. Ubilla forehand rebote. Up, up, and away. That's out of play. Manu has 3 points and the serve for the Cyclones.
And if Manu can pass Ubilla consistently, that's going to be a good recipe for success in this matchup. I mean, Manu very comfortable playing the ball off the back wall, can actually throw a couple shots too, whereas Ubilla is just trying to continue the rally, and you see just not much control. The power's still there. That one's
power on both sides.
Right.
Ubilla's got power to spare on both sides. There's the backhand by Manu, powerfully thrown. Rebote comes to the inside. Rebote missed at the 8 line. 4 points for Manu. He serves.
I mean, that first throw of the point is so important for Ubilla, putting it on the wall, just getting anything past Manu, because if he catches that ball in the air, you know where the return's going, above his head, and it's going to be tough to keep that rally going.
Here's a backhand by Ubilla. Backhand 2-all attempt. Hit the pad. 5 points for Manu. This is possible set point. So again, you want to get something on the board. You feel the pressure. You go for a shot. Not a shot that he's had a lot of success with. I'd say some success, but not a lot.
Well, you just saw it the doubles, but singles, different story. You just have to ensure that you hit the front wall. Can't drop it in the pad.
Here's a backhand by Ubilla to the inside. Manu is there. Backhand from the 10 line. Rebote. Manu makes the catch. Powerful, powerful backhand right to the corner. Comes out low. Excellent catch by Manu. 2-all by Manu. Stopped by Ubilla. Ubilla from the forehand sends it high.
He's got to play.
Manu's got to play on it. Saves it to the inside. Big bounce. Will score. Point and set for Manu. Taking it in straight points. 6-0. 2 minutes go on the board. We'll come back out and play our next set. That can't be good for the sidewall or the cesta. I'm just sitting here thinking that the cesta can't appreciate that, and I know the sidewall doesn't appreciate that. You're watching Battle Court live from the Magic City Jai-Alai Fronton in Miami, Florida, currently in our 3rd match of the game day. This is the first singles match of the game day. Here we are in the DraftKings Players Cage. Both teams coming back here to prepare for sets and matches. Let's see some replays from that first set. Here's Manu with that beautiful backhand. Thrown to the inside. You just see it coming out low. Ubilla did get a play on it. Manu's got it here. What's he going to do? Kind of 2-all, not particularly well thrown, but thrown well enough. But look at the focus of Manu. Back to the inside. Big bounce off the frame. So Manu takes that first set. Straight points. Break in between sets is 2 minutes. See Manu getting Manu getting a bit of a massage there from Amigo Reina, who we should add is a professional masseuse. I don't know if that was his best work, but loosening Manu up there. Andrew, make sure we don't get a bill for that.
Yeah,
all right?
Well, it's on camera, so.
Exactly.
Trying to get us with an hourly rate there, man. It's coming up a little short.
For a little shiatsu. Okay, about 20 seconds to go before we begin this next set. Ubilla knows what he has to do. He just has to catch the ball, get it back to the inside. Manu's going to do everything he can to move him around the court.
Yeah, players substituting multiple ranks up. I mean, that's a tough position for Ubilla. Love that he's stepping in here. See what he can do here in set 2.
We're ready to begin our second set. Ubilla has the serve for the Fireballs. That is an over serve. First fault, second serve must be good. Good serve lands between the 4 and 7 line. Second serve is good. Here's the backhand by Manu. Ubilla staying deep. He's got the rebote at the 8 line. Nice play. Here's Manu. Backhand to the inside. Powerfully thrown. Rebote kicks all the way to the 6 line. Fired by Ubilla. Scooped by Manu. Rebote forehand save. Manu has it. Backhand straight to the corner. Bullet. And that scores. Manu gets the first point of the second set for the Cyclones. He serves.
Manu's catching has been spot on. I mean, dating back to Friday night, he came out on fire with Bueno. And then again, carrying that over into here. I mean, it's just his accuracy on the backhand is so spot on. He spotted that corner and just put it right there. It just makes it look easy, just easy, effortless power on that left side, passing from any point of the court. Here's a backhand by Ubilla. Rebote on the wall will score. Well thrown. No shutout here in the second set. We're tied up 1 point apiece. Ubilla has the serve for the Fireballs. Sometimes you just need to see that first point go up on the board to turn things around. Let's see if Ubilla is able to add some points here for the Fireballs. It's getting a little confidence. I mean, that's a perfect throw right on the side wall. Manu trying to get in there. As you see, if you place it that close to the side wall on the rebote, it's really not returnable. Powerful, powerful serve, but what a catch by Manu. Rebote left side, 2-all, hit the pad. 2 points for Manu. He serves. A decidedly good thought, not necessarily his shot. Yeah, don't hate that shot attempt. I mean, playing in this match, you got to find a way to put points up on the board. But look at this catch. I mean, it was such a hard serve, and it was so beautifully caught by Manu. Really well done. Ubilla on the backhand from the 11 line. Ubilla went for it on the right side, got him tied up there at the side wall. That's a third point for Manu and the Cyclones. He has the serve. Another throw that looks so simple. I mean, drops it to the inside with a big bounce, and you see just running out of space to make that catch on the right side. Well, you can also see that he can't see the ball because the cesta's right in front of his face, so you may get it in there, but no, you want to have your eyes on the... Yeah, exactly. You want to have your eyes on the ball the whole time.
Here's a backhand by Ubilla. Rebote, left side. Manu looking for a difficult rebote. Oh, that one landed on top of the pad. Any part of the pad is bad. 2 points for Ubilla and the Fireballs. Ubilla has the serve. Yeah, that ball really dying coming off of the back wall. Manu knows he's going to have to come back out a little bit later, maybe not wanting to go to the floor each and every time. It gets just a little bit more difficult to get up off the floor.
Right.
Over serve. First fault. Second serve must be good. Manu advances on this serve. Powerful backhand. Ubilla. Rebote. Nicely played. Manu gets in there. Backhand from the 8 line. Low and hard. Not much on the rebote. Ubilla makes the save. Took a wonky bounce off the front wall. Manu handles it well. Rebote. 2-all. Manu's out there. Takes it on the bounce. Powerful forehand crossing the wall. Will score. 4 points for Manu and the Cyclones. He serves.
So precise on that forehand. Got it to cross deep in the backcourt and then dropping low off the back wall too. I see a lot of guys elevate this forehand from the outside, giving their opponent a chance on the rebote, not Manu. See here, contact with the sidewall there, drops it low, and then right at the 12 line before Ubilla can get in there and make the save.
Ubilla on the backhand from the 11 line. Rebote, left side by Manu. Straight over the top on the left side. Here's the backhand. 2-all. It's caught in the air by Manu. Manu powerfully to the inside, crossing low and scoring. 5 points. Possible match point for Manu of the Cyclones. Manu serves. Try to get him. But
again, that's why they call it a trick shot. I mean, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it backfires. Take a look.
Clicks it off the side wall here. Clank.
Manu,
but look, that's in the middle of the court.
I mean, good read, good reach, gets there, and then again, bam, look at the forehand right back inside, crossing at the 11 line, dropping low. Perfectly done. One more for Manu to close out the victory.
What a catch by Manu at the 9 line. Here's the backhand. High and hard to the inside. Rebote on the wall. Will score for the win. Point, set, and match for Manu, taking it in straight sets, 6-0, 6-2.
And Manu adds a point for the Cyclones, already through half the game day. 3 points for the Fireballs and 1 for his Cyclones.
Yeah, Ubilla just not able to get a rally going at any point. Manu so confident from the time that he stepped out on the court. Very well done.
And coming up next, keep it in singles, moving over to the 4th division. Ron takes on Ikeda. Take a look now at the game day scoreboard. And look at that. These two teams competing today tied for first place in our Fall 24 Battle Court standings. Again, for those joining us a little bit later on in today's program, the Cyclones and Fireballs will be 1 game day ahead of the other 4 teams. But as the 2 teams that missed out on the playoffs last year, a pretty good start if they want to turn things around in the Fall 24 and play on into December, those championship rounds. We're going to hear from our winner, Manu. Again, still have to go out there and execute. Manu did just that in singles. Threw a couple shots early on, and then just good, consistent play led him to the victory. Let's hear from the captain and number 1 player for the Cyclones. Here is Manu.
All right, Manu, congratulations on winning that match. I know it's early in the season, but you've been with the Cyclones since the very first Battle Court season. What are your expectations for the Fall 24 season with the Cyclones?
The expectation is we're going to go step by step, I think, to make the playoff. Last season was a bad season for us, so first the objective is to make the playoff, and after that, we'll see.
And what do you think about the performance of your team so far this season?
The first 2 days we play good. Today we start a little, but we'll see. There's still 3 matches. Hopefully we can win the match and win the day.
Well, Manu, again, congratulations on winning that match. Let's see what else happens on today's game day.
Thank you, Goklon.
And up next, 4th Division singles. This is a matchup we saw a couple seasons ago, Stu. Good to see him back. It's Ron and Ikeda.
Two very important players to the World Jai-Alai League. Both came here the end of 2019, taking the program in an entirely new direction.
There's a serve by Ron. This match is underway. Hard forehand, play to the inside. Ball tipped. First time around, that scores for Ikeda of the Fireballs.
Give you a little insider information. As the judge, you need to be careful when that that you have actually seen the ball hit the cesta, not the cesta hit the side wall and make the same noise.
Big backhand by Ron. Rebote. Here's Ron. Backhand to the inside, picked off by Ikeda. This one coming up the middle, Ikeda. Make the outside placement, put it inside. Here's Ron, makes the catch in the air, just passes with the backhand. Ikeda spinning rebote save. Ron stays up in the front attacking, up at the forehand to the inside. That gets by to score. First point for Ron. He ties it up.
There was a time where you would give the advantage to Ron here, but Ron's been away from this court for about 2 years now. Ikeda's really come into his own, especially in 2024, been playing fantastic. Ron really getting back into the swing of things.
Ooh, that serve right on the wall and scoring. Ron picks up a second point. He serves. Ikeda gets that serve before it crosses. Big backhand. Ron looking for the rebote. Drop to the inside. Ikeda on the bounce makes the catch of the 8. Over the top on the inside. There's Ron. Backhand. Wall to wall from the left side. Ikeda tracking down the rebote up at the 7 line to the inside. The pickup by Ron on the hop. Ikeda at the 8. Powerful backhand again. Ron staying up there with that dive in the corner. Makes a diving save on the rebote. Ikeda up at the 7. Over the top on the inside. Good read by Ron. Ron inside with the costado to score. That's 3-1. Ron serves.
Yeah, you see that grimace come across Ikeda's face. With Ron, you don't know. Ron is, when he makes this catch like this, he's just as capable of going straight to the outside as he is inside. And look, that ball was never more than a foot from the side wall all the way back. Very well done by Ron. I would have thought he was throwing 2 walls too.
Well placed serve. Ikeda back there at the 12, pulls it in. This one dropped inside. Ron's got it. Ikeda overhead at the 9 line. Backhand sticks inside. There's Ron. This one high and hard. Kicking off the back wall. Here's the rebote. Ikeda drops it to the inside. Good pickup by Ron backing up. Right on the wall again. Not a lot on it. On his knees. Ikeda makes a save. Ron attacks. On the forehand to the outside. The outside placement scores. 4-1.
Ron is very effective when it comes to shot selection. In this case, beautiful save here by Ikeda. Ikeda will volley all day, literally. He'll volley all day. Ron knows that. Goes outside. Outside enough, just out of reach of Ikeda. Well done by Ron.
Fault over serve. Second serve coming up for Ron. Ikeda up at the 9, backhand to the inside. Ron looking for the rebote. Just flicks it up there. No look. That stays in on the outside. Ikeda with time on the forehand. Throws the carom. That scores. Quick second point. Ikeda serves.
Well done by Ikeda. He was in perfect position to get that ball to open up, meaning that it cuts close to the front wall. Ron basically saw it, and no real way to chase that down. Here we see Ikeda tying his hand back into that cesta. Every time they throw, it comes just a little bit more loose. Hand just sits on top of that wicker basket with the leather glove over the top of it. That long centa, that tie, is the only thing holding that hand into that cesta. You definitely don't want the cesta come flying off with a good throw. Doesn't affect the point, but you'd have to pick the cesta up and tie it back on.
Serve crosses deep. Ron comes away with it. Backhand stays inside. Ikeda on the rebote. Comes over the top. Ron backing up. High scoop on the left side. Ikeda, powerful rebote. Ron takes off, cuts it off. Inside placement again. That scores for Ron. 5 points. Ron has a possible set point.
Duck and roll there for Ikeda. Not sure if he lost his footing here.
Fake. Oh, yeah. Look at that foot.
Yeah.
Just gave out.
No, he definitely lost his footing.
Oh. And that's kind of what you want. And the costado, it's a fake. I mean, your opponent, look at that. Ikeda committing to the 2-wall.
Boy, that ankle just looks so...
it really good that he got up so quickly and he's not taking any extra time. That looked bad. That serve's going to score for the set. Ron takes it 6-2. 2 minutes. We'll come back and play our second set.
Players coming back to the DraftKings sports cage. See if Ikeda doesn't seem like he's paying any attention whatsoever to that ankle. Here we are, focus on the Cyclones. You see team captain Manu there consulting with Ron, who just played a great game.
I mean, he really did.
A great set, rather.
Yeah, I mean, Ron, known for his aggressive style of play. I mean, he'd be the first one to admit he's not going to stand out there in these 5-minute points, 8-minute point, complete opposite. If he gets it, he wants to kill it pretty quickly. And again, out on this court, a lot of times it does suit a player with a good costado and more of a shot maker. Take a look here at the replays in the first set. Hard to the inside, beat Ikeda that time.
And again, Ikeda's been playing with Ron long enough to know his game, which means he also is not quite sure where he's throwing it. Here, committed to the outside. Ron slipped it right back in the inside, keeping it close to the sidewall the whole way. Well done.
Yeah, the one thing that Ron does very well is he never throws the same shot back-to-back.
Right.
You see a lot of players that just rally, keep it to the inside. Ron's not going to do that. He wants to move the defense around. He wants to end these points. And you see, when you beat him to the inside, that opens up the outside. When you throw a 2-wall, then the inside of the court's open. We saw pretty much the full arsenal for Ron. It resulted in a 6-2 set victory.
Ikeda has just been almost unstoppable throughout this season so far. The catching's been spot on.
And truly, I mean, if you can call it a weakness, the only part of Ikeda's game is he's just not as aggressive of a front court. He doesn't throw many shots.
As far as killing shots,
right.
Yeah.
So again, in this matchup with Ron, it could force Ikeda to play a little outside of his comfort zone, which he's not used to seeing. He usually plays at his pace, his style, catches one more ball, and that works out. But here against Ron, who puts a lot of pressure on you, maybe figuring out that he's going to have to throw something if he wants to push this match to a third set.
All smiles there for the Cyclones.
Just more of the same if you're Ron. See what he can do coming out for set 2.
Ikeda, always ready to serve as soon as the whistle blows. Always. Ron knowing that, maybe taking an extra second to tie the cesta. See the judge with his racket there in the middle of the court. Means we're holding play until the judge says go.
There's a serve by Ikeda. Second set is underway. Ron on the backhand, keeps this one to the inside. That's pulled in by Ikeda. Ikeda high and hard. Ron gets there on the outside. Rebote missed. Ikeda takes the first point of our second set.
Couldn't really tell by his positioning if he was going for a 2-all or going inside.
It looked like kind of a violent swing. I mean, it doesn't seem like the level of control that we typically see Ron exhibit when he throws a shot.
Yeah, I would say probably going inside with that or just trying to make the play.
Right.
Not necessarily trying to do anything fancy.
Right, but as you said, that's a rare miss straight to his left side. Ikeda drops the serve in the corner. Ron on the left side passes. Rebote forehand. Ron cuts it off up at the 8. Rucos out of the inside. Ikeda's got this one. Backhand from the 9. It's a backhand 2-wall, but it's too wide. Ron gets his first point. We're tied up 1-1.
We were curious as to whether or not Ikeda was going to throw a shot. He did. That one just landing wide.
Oh, yeah, look at that replay. See where he caught that ball. That wasn't a clean catch, and then the backhand would tell you that maybe he didn't have full control of it. Backhand in the inside. Here's Ron. Ron able to pass easily wall to wall. Ikeda tracks it down over the top on the inside. That's well placed in scoring. Ikeda leads 2-1.
Ikeda is capable of bringing out an aggressive style of play really at any time, as long as he's making those catches. You see him straight over the top to the inside, just beautifully thrown.
Just at the feet.
Exactly, crossing the sidewall perfectly.
That serve died off the front wall. Ron advances on it. Launches the backhand. Rebote forehand. Ikeda makes a save to the inside. Ron attacks. It's a 2-wall. That lands in, and it scores. 2-2. We're tied up.
Look at Ron's hands when he throws this. He throws it just slightly differently than other players. Those hands come over the top. I mean, if you watch highlight, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's just a bit of a different form on it, and he gets a lot of bounce out of it.
Backhand, ooh, that comes out to the middle of the court. Ron on the forehand, high and hard, trying to pass, and he does. Ikeda in the corner, nice rebote save. Ron looking for the scoop, not made. 3-2, Ikeda leads.
Yeah, one of those things where Ron trying to get up there to take the ball in the air before the bounce. Then once you know you have to scoop, you tighten up a little bit. Just missed it.
Backhand to the inside, pulled in there by Ikeda. Backhand from the 10.
Beautiful catch.
Ron's got it. This one cutting inside. Ikeda plucks it off the wall. Big backhand follows. Ron coming back, makes a rebote save. Ikeda now, aggressive play up at the 8. Just going to pass with the right side, but Ron steps in. Ron, little clip. Ikeda stops another one. Ikeda high and hard. Elevates this forehand. Ron looking for it on the back end. He saves the rebote. Ikeda at the 8 line. Hard to the inside again. That's a good catch right on the numbers. Backhand passing. Dropped in the corner. Ikeda's rebote is up, and away. That is out of play. 3-3. We're tied up.
The ball escapes. Basically, when the ball is coming off the back wall, it's, of course, the rebote. You hear us say that over and over again. Basically, the rebound off of the back wall. You can't stop it. It comes into the cesta and has to be thrown in one fluid motion coming off the back wall. So you're basically using the momentum that the ball is coming with. And if you don't get it just right in the cesta, that's what happens. Escapes.
That's an underserve. Came up short of the 4 line. Second serve coming up for Ron. Ikeda's got the serve. Backhand high and hard to the inside. That's pulled in by Ron. Good catch on the numbers. The backhand just does clear the overhead screen. Ikeda's rebote on the inside. What a scoop there by Ron with one hand. Backhand in the corner. Ikeda now, rebote save. Ron attacking up at the 7 line. Costado inside. Got him. Well thrown. That's a 4-3 lead for Ron.
Ron working really hard on that point. Ikeda as well. Ikeda's defense is spot on. But you see, Ikeda putting it the inside. Look at this scoop. That's the floor, the sidewall, and into the cesta. He just reaches one hand out there to cushion it. Beautifully done by Ron. Just really beautifully done by Ron.
Backhand to the inside. Here's Ron. Oh, that died in the corner, and the rebote is not played. Ron with a 2-point advantage, leading 5-3. He's got a possible set and a possible match point.
Well, I think it's safe to say Ron would like to end this here.
Backhand to the outside. Ron looking for the rebote. Ooh, dropped it inside. That's got a big bounce.
What a
Ikeda
catch.
with a great catch keeps the match going. Ron has it on the costado. Hard up the middle, backing up. Ikeda's got it. Ikeda the side arm carom. Ron's got it. Avoids the net. Forehand
Tough
to the
one.
inside. Ikeda looking for it.
He's going to keep it alive.
And that hit the rail
Overhead
just
screen.
above the front wall. That is out of play. Point, set, and match. Ron takes it in straight sets. 6-2, 6-3. Back-to-back singles wins for the Cyclones. They now have 2 points on the game day. Will not be a tie today, as both singles matches went to the Cyclones. Coming up next, third division doubles. Bueno and Manu take on Hormachea and Cabrera. Again, Hormachea subbing for Inaki. Take another look here. Back to the inside. Sidearm carom. Boy, thought that was going to open up. Ron makes the stop. Look at that offhand. Avoids the net. Forehand high and hard. In position, but that rebote, you see that just catching the rail and out of play. Straight set victory for Ron, back in the win column in singles.
There is the game day scoreboard. 2 points for the Cyclones there on the left-hand side of your screen. The Fireballs with 3 points. Total points for all teams there at the bottom of that graphic, with the Cyclones out in front with 12 points now. We'll see how that continues throughout the remainder of the game day. Two matches left on the game day, both doubles. And we're going to be seeing quite a bit of Hormachea here in these next two matches. Well, before we move on, let's hear from Ron of the Cyclones.
All right, Ron, congratulations on winning your first singles match of the season. What was your preparation to go out there and play a singles match of this intensity?
Well, the competition is high, so I need to prepare myself in the morning run. And with this game, with the help of my team, their coaching is very helpful to me to manage to win this game.
And then I saw Manu going up to the cage a couple times.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear it.
I saw Manu go up to you a couple times in the cage. What was he telling you in those moments?
Well, yeah, our captain is very helpful. He's telling me to put the ball at the back so Ikeda can do the rebote and I'll go in front. That's the game plan, and it works. Very thankful for my teammate for the support.
Well, Ron, again, congratulations on winning that match. See what else happens on today's game day.
Thank you, thank you.
And up next,
Good job, Ron.
third division doubles, Bueno and Manu for the Cyclones taking on Hormachea and Cabrera. Again, sub for the Fireballs up in the front. Hormachea for Inaki.
Ladies and gentlemen, ready to begin our next match. Bueno will have the serve for the Cyclones. Bueno serves, we begin. Cabrera from the 9 line to the inside. Manu is there. Backhand from the 11. Hormachea steps up. Backhand from the 8. Powerfully thrown. Rebote, that rebound off the back wall, played by Bueno. Bueno down low at the 7 line, backhand. Hard throw to the inside. Here's Cabrera. Here's a backhand by Hormachea. Manu takes it in the air at the 10 line. Cabrera's there. Forehand by Bueno. Cabrera now from the 10 line to the inside. Manu on the forehand from the 12. Sends it deep. Crossing the wall. Rebote by Cabrera. Rebote left side by Hormachea. Clips the side wall. Mid-court placement. Stopped by Manu. Cabrera powerfully to the back wall. Rebote coming out. Bueno's on it. Forehand play. Low runner to the inside. Here's Manu. Backhand from the 11 line. Cabrera from the 11 to the inside. Bueno lets it pass Manu. Beautiful pickup there on the left side at the 12 line. Rebote forehand. Hormachea stops it at the 8. Backhand. Powerfully thrown. Here's a backhand by Cabrera. Cabrera again, this time from the 11 line to the inside. Manu is there. Deep from the backcourt. He comes out on the left side. Hormachea at the 10. Powerful backhand. What a difficult catch made overhead by Cabrera. Bueno now from the 8 line. Backhand. Hormachea reaches in. Costado 2-all is out. First point of this match goes to the Cyclones, Bueno and Manu. Bueno has a serve.
Yeah, this Bueno and Manu team has really separated themselves in the 3rd division over the last couple seasons, 8-2 last year. I mean, expectations sky high again, even with an improved 3rd group this year. And it all comes from the defense. I mean, not many shots thrown by Bueno up there in the front. He's got great support behind him with Manu.
Very much in sync.
Yeah, Bueno, our player of the day this past Friday, won all 3 matches, 2 doubles and 1 singles. And again, playing some of the best highlight of his career.
Rebote comes to the side wall. That's played by Bueno. Cabrera makes a fine catch. Hard backhand follows, and Manu is there. There's the backhand from the 13 line. That ball's kept in play. Rebote by Hormachea. Bueno reaches up. Backhand from the 7. Excellent catch by Cabrera. Hormachea calls for the rebote. Again to the inside. Manu takes it on the bounce. Manu comes over the top. Big bounce. Stopped in the front court by Hormachea. Here's Manu. Backhand low and hard and caught by Cabrera. Manu's there. Backhand from the 10. Beautiful catch by Manu. Hormachea from the 7, winding up. Drop shot. Manu read it, moves up, makes the catch up at the 5 line, sends it to the outside. Hormachea eyed that perfect. Manu's in perfect positioning to make the catch. Low and hard on the return, will score. That is a beautifully played point, especially by Manu and Hormachea. Perfect positioning scoring. 2 points for Bueno and Manu. Bueno serves.
This is kind of the similar start to the first doubles match we saw with Hormachea today, just kind of rallying with the opponent, and you see finding themselves in a deficit early on. When that match turned around, is when Hormachea started to throw some shots. He's got the advantage up in the front. If the Fireballs want to win this, he's going to need to defeat Bueno and move the defense around. Can't rally with this Cyclones team.
Beautiful scoop by Manu at the 11 line. Powerful backhand. Robote coming out. Robote forehand by Hormachea. Manu makes the catch. Backhand. Difficult Robote save on the forehand of Hormachea. There's a backhand by Bueno. Catch on the forehand of Cabrera. He lays it up and Bueno's there. Difficult catch by Cabrera off the side wall. Bueno now from the 8 line. Robote forehand. Hormachea makes the catch. Powerful forehand crossing, Manu. Perfect positioning, but that hit the overhead screen, which is out of play. Hormachea and Cabrera on the board with a point. Hormachea has the serve. Reminder of the scoring here in Battle Court. First team to reach 6 points wins the set. First team to win 2 sets wins the match.
Notice something interesting with the positioning by Manu. I mean, getting out there for the Robote, his first step is towards the outside when that ball opens up. Most guys would be tracking the ball and running with it along the inside. That's what makes Manu so special.
It's a great observation. His court positioning is impeccable.
I mean, we talk about how it doesn't look like he's doing a whole lot, doesn't look like he's working hard or moving. That's because he's just in the right position consistently, and that was a perfect example off that Robote.
Robote saved by Cabrera in the backcourt. Here's Manu. Forehand, low and hard to the inside. What a catch by Cabrera. Robote forehand by Hormachea. Manu scoops it up, backhand from the 11 line. Robote forehand. Catch by Hormachea. Hormachea outside placement, stopped by Bueno. Bueno's carom. Stopped by Hormachea. Hormachea goes deep. This Robote comes to the inside. Bueno moves in. He makes a spectacular save. Hormachea is on it. Costi to the outside. Perfectly executed to score. Tremendous play by both front quarters, Bueno and Hormachea. Hormachea gets the point.
Yeah, I love the Philos too. I mean, I say it day in, day out. It is such a difficult shot to read. I mean, you don't know where it's going, and then it opens up off the floor too. This is the Philo. Costado straight outside.
It's a great save by Bueno. And just, again, you see your opponent backpedaling, shoot it.
Right, and that's a foot outside of Bueno as it hits the floor.
Yeah.
I mean, you just have to guess, and if that ball hits you, it's not going to feel all too good.
Here's a backhand by Manu. Hormachea calls for the Robote. Robote to the 9 line. Manu is there. Robote forehand by Hormachea clears the overhead screen. Manu takes it in the air, deep in the backcourt. Hormachea reached in and tipped the ball. That's a 3rd point for the Cyclones. Bueno and Manu. Bueno has the serve.
When we say stabbing at the ball,
I was just about to say that's the recommendation. Don't stab at it.
And Cabrera, as a 5th division backcourter, he is the most consistent catcher on his left side, highest catch rate. So let him play if he can make that catch.
What a catch by Manu at the 12 line, overhead and behind him. Right to the corner. Robote's save by Hormachea. Bueno's got it. Cortada stopped by Cabrera. Robote, that rebound off the back wall, played beautifully by Bueno. Hormachea with the 2-all that opens wide and scores. They're tied up 3 points apiece. Hormachea has the serve. I think it's safe to say that Hormachea has zero fear when it comes to throwing this 2-all.
Well, again, I mean, Bueno actually paused as Hormachea got to the top of that Costado.
I think he's concerned about the drop shot.
Right. I mean, he saw it in the first match, and then when he gets it up top, just powers it into the side wall. That is a difficult Costado to read. It's like a pitcher coming at the same arm angle with a fastball compared to an off-speed pitch. You just don't know what's coming, and it's hard to react in time.
Robote save by Hormachea. Bueno has it at the 7 line. Mid-wall placement. Robote save by Cabrera. That's well done. Bueno attacks. Low and hard. Cabrera gets back in there. Gets the backhand off safely. Manu is there. Backhand in the air at the 8 line. Cabrera, great catch at the 11. Big backhand all the way to the back wall. Out to the Robote. Bueno makes the save. Hormachea reaches up. Fires it to the inside, and it caught the pad. Bueno and Manu with 4 points. Bueno with the serve for the Cyclones. Yeah, I mean...
That looked a little wild. Huh?
Yeah, I mean, the pace of that point just kept getting faster and faster and faster. Hormachea tried to end it with an exclamation point and just tapped the pad. Big backhand by Cabrera. Cabrera again from the 12 line. Rebote, forehand. Hormachea on the catch. Manu looks for the rebote, makes a save. Hormachea reaches up, makes the catch. Costalo 2-all opens wide. This one's stopped by Bueno. Carambola return will score perfectly for Bueno. That is so well executed. Bueno and Manu have 5 points for the Cyclones. Possible set point.
Bueno's able to stop this one. 2-wall coming back at him. He saw it the first time, knows how to react. And then this one, the carambola kicking back towards the outside, off the sidewall. Difficult spin to scoop up on the right side of the players as both fireballs were going for it.
Cabrera comes cross court to make the backhand play. Rebote to the inside, Bueno alone. Here's Cabrera, backhand from the 9 line. Rebote coming out. Rebote forehand. That one was dying. Excellent read, good control by Hormachea. Manu advances to the 6 line to make this play. Cabrera makes the catch, backhand to the inside. Manu at the sidewall, makes the save. Floater stopped by Cabrera. Big backhand passes Manu. Rebote at the sidewall for Bueno. Beautifully played. Big backhand by Cabrera. Hormachea reaches in, makes a great snag. Catch by Manu. Scoop attempt is tip, point and set for Bueno and Manu. The Cyclones taking the first set. 6-3. We'll put 2 minutes on the board, come back out, and play our next set. So that seems to be the way that Hormachea likes to take control of the match, is the pace increases, the pace increases, the pace increases, and you're at this fever pitch at the end of the set. But I'll tell you, Bueno, like we saw Friday night, I mean, Manu, of course, is making all the catches. He's making great throws in the back. But Bueno playing really, really well up there in the front court.
Yeah, haven't seen the offensive part of his game yet, but the defense has been spot on. Look at Manu.
Perfect read.
Man, he's up at the 5 line. Don't see the backcourt there all too often. Pretty good throw. Better communication. Hormachea getting in there to make the save.
High to the front wall from the screen. That's such a good play, but you give Manu the ball on the right side or the left side for that matter at the 5 line, he's going to score 9 times out of 10. Hormachea outside placement here. Look how Bueno reads it and stops it, returns a carom beautifully. Hormachea stops it, gets that ball up to the tip. Back to the inside. Look at Bueno here. What a save.
Yeah, tough save, but this is better. High on the left side to cut it off and then shoots the feel-out.
That series of catches and throws was so well done by both front quarters, by Hormachea and Bueno.
Now this time goes for the 2-wall, but look at Bueno. I mean, he was outside of the boundary line before Hormachea released it, and then the carambola back to him to score. You never want to throw back-to-back 2-walls in the same spot as well. You're going to keep mixing it up. If Bueno is able to figure out where that 2-wall's opening up that beats him to the net side, you see there, he makes the adjustment, gets in position, and then kills the resulting throw. If you throw splitters, 2 walls, drop shots, and always mix it up, the defense can't get a read on it, and again, probably not going to see Bueno as involved if you keep the defense honest up there in the front.
And again, look at Cabrera hanging in there with Manu, catch by catch, throw by throw. Really doing a great job here in the backcourt for the Fireballs.
And game day score so far, the Fireballs winners of our first 2 doubles matches of the day. Then the Cyclones came back and won the next 2 singles matches. So still a slight lead for the Fireballs, 3-2 in the game day score. With 2 matches left, anybody's game day. First set here went to Bueno and Manu. Again, Hormachea is subbing for Cabrera, so a bit of an advantage for this Cyclones team. Hormachea, apologies, misspoke. Hormachea subbing for Inaki.
There we go.
Say Inaki, so no, Inaki not out here. No, sorry, Stu.
No, well
everybody
done.
else out there, thank you.
No, really just me. Everybody else just likes the sound of your voice. Hormachea serves. Our second set is underway. Here's Manu, backhand to the inside. Rebote forehand by Bueno. That got away from him. Hit too high on the front wall. Escaped, hit the overhead screen. Hormachea and Cabrera are on the board first for the fireballs with a point. Hormachea has the serve.
Now, easier said than done, but you have to let Bueno up in the front court beat you compared to Manu here in the back. Again, just keep playing it to him. If Bueno can beat you, I think that's something you can live with. But over the last couple seasons, we've seen Manu be the leader of this team and have success.
Backhand by Manu, low and hard. Hormachea cuts it off at the 8 line on the backhand. Here's Manu from deep in the backcourt, big left side. Cabrera went in there, had a difficult time getting out of the way, blocked the view of the rebote. We're tied up 1-1. Bueno has the serve for the Cyclones.
It came flying in there, recognized a little too late that that ball was on the sidewall.
Just
a lot easier play for Hormachea, but as you said, screened him as that ball came off the back wall.
There's a backhand by Cabrera, powerfully thrown. Rebote comes all the way out to the 4 line, turned on the forehand of Bueno. Great catch by Cabrera. To the inside it goes, Manu is there. There's the backhand by Manu again. Cabrera, powerful, powerful backhand. Rebote save. Hormachea cuts it off, backhand to the inside. Manu takes it in the air, backhand from the 11 line. Rebote left side to the outside. What a scoop by Bueno. Carambola again. This one stopped by Hormachea. He rifles it inside. Manu is there. What a catch by Cabrera. Here's the backhand. Rebote coming out. Bueno's got it. Cabrera, backhand from the 10 line. Another hard throw. Rebote coming out to Bueno at the side wall. He turns it. Hormachea takes it in the air. Backhand from the 8 line. Wall to wall from the left side. Rebote forehand. This one caught by Cabrera in the backcourt. Beautiful backhand by Manu. Rebote forehand by Hormachea. Caught in the air by Manu. Powerful, powerful throw and such a beautiful catch by Cabrera. He gets one off that hits the back wall. That one just narrowly clears the overhead screen. Hormachea sends this one high and inside. Backhand 2-all will land in at the perfect time to score. Another beautiful point by all 4 players. Bueno and Manu will take the point and the serve.
Well, that's how to counter an over-aggressive front quarter. Take a look here. Backhand 2-all. Hormachea, he was stuck to the inside the entire way.
Doesn't throw many, and look where his opponents were standing. Cabrera on the catch, backhand, thrown powerfully. Rebote for Bueno. Cabrera off the tip of the cesta. It's a drop ball. 3 points for Bueno and Manu of the Cyclones. Bueno serves.
That rebote from Bueno is so improved. I mean, he's passing consistently from the right side, and his placement is impeccable. I mean, right on the wall, crossing, forcing that miss by Cabrera.
There's a backhand by Cabrera. Rebote coming out. Rebote forehand by Bueno. Here's a backhand by Cabrera. Manu on the forehand from the 10 line. Forehand over the top. Cabrera's there. Beautiful catch overhead. Big backhand follows. Rebote forehand by Bueno. Hormachea at the side wall. Backhand thrown powerfully out to the rebote. Bueno's on it. Sends it back. Hormachea has the rebote. Big bounce. Brought down by Manu at the 9 line. Over the top. Stopped by Cabrera in the backcourt. Manu now from the 13 line. 2 pass. That rebote is cut off by Manu. Backhand by Cabrera, slowing things down. Big bounce, brought down by Manu at the 11. Manu calls for this one, passes on taking it, turns the rebote. Hormachea's got it. Splitter will score. Split placement placed perfectly by Hormachea. He'll serve for the Fireballs.
Again, I mean, look at where Bueno goes when he gets it on the costado. I mean, he hasn't even thrown the ball, and he's almost outside the boundary line.
This is his first split placement.
Right.
It's been drop shots, 2 drop shots, 3 costado 2 walls, hard to the outside.
Hard, the net side, right.
Exactly. And this one was a split placement. So, yeah, if I'm Bueno, I'm going forward and out.
Again, Manu just caught napping there in the backcourt. Everything has been to the inside or to the outside. Haven't seen anything split him coming into the backcourt. You don't have to throw a perfect 2-all every time, and a perfect 2-all, I guess, in my definition, would be one that opens up and beats your opponent to the net. I think we get overly fixated on that, whereas if you just move the defense around and mix it up, that's probably more effective. I mean, once you throw a good 2-all one time, the defense has got to look at it. They can make that adjustment. If you keep going 2-all, splitter, drop shot, how can you guess what's coming next? I think that's really the best way for the Fireballs here to come back in this match.
What a catch by Cabrera off the wall. Here's Manu. Backhand by Cabrera from the 11 line to the forehand of Bueno. Bueno sends it deep. Cabrera is there. Backhand by Cabrera. This one takes off. Rebote coming all the way out to the 3 line. Bueno fires it. Scoop by Cabrera. Manu, backhand from the 12. Excellent catch by Cabrera. Bueno will take this in the air. Hormachea calls for the Rebote, plays it real high on the front wall. Manu just out of place, turns a 2-all. That Rebote caught the pad. We are tied at 3 points apiece. Hormachea will have the serve for the Fireballs. So I think that's maybe Manu's first miss.
Yeah, I mean, he's shaking his head.
And again, he didn't take it coming at him, means that he didn't have a good eye on the ball, knows he's got the Rebote coming, and then was out of position to make the Rebote. Powerful serve by Hormachea. Low and powerful backhand. Passes everyone by Manu to score. That's 4 points for Bueno and Manu. Bueno has a serve for the Cyclones. Yeah, that was just hard, fast, and low. And
well, with his body, he kind of kept Hormachea to the outside. Cabrera had to scoop that one up alone. And
Hormachea was pointing at himself, basically saying, I needed to get that.
Yeah, leaving your backcourt on an island to make that scoop is tough, but also he's got to protect himself. I don't know if he could have got back in there.
Beautiful catch by Manu, made overhead. He powers this backhand to the left side of Cabrera. Here's Manu, backhand from the 9 line. He goes deep. Rebote coming out. Rebote left side. There's a backhand to the inside. Scoop attempt missed. Ball ruled to have been tipped off of the scoop attempt by Cabrera. That will give Bueno and Manu 5 points and possible match point.
Yeah, it seemed like Manu a little bit tired. I mean, threw a backhand 2-all, then threw a 2-all off the Rebote, and he's just trying to end this match as quickly as he can. 2 in a row have been perfect, crossing into the corner. See if he can get another one.
Here's the backhand. Rebote forehand. Hormachea keeps it on the forehand. Rifles it inside. Manu's looking for it on the Rebote. Keeps it high. Hormachea tipped it in the air. Point set. And a straight set match for the Cyclones. Bueno and Manu taking it 6-3, 6-3.
And with that, the game day comes down to our final match. You see 3.5 points now for the Cyclones. Fireballs started off with a 3-0 lead. Cyclones have come all the way back. A chance to win the day. Ron and Amiga Reina take on Hormachea and Ikeda up next. Take a look here at that game day scoreboard. The Cyclones jumping out ahead by 0.5 point and up at the top of our standings. A big Friday night for the Cyclones, getting 5.5 of a possible 8 points against the Devils. And so far the doubles, I mean, have been the key for the Cyclones this season. Not today. Fireballs came out winning 2 of the first 3. And this 4th division match will decide it. You see Mega Reina out there for the Cyclones, Ikeda there for the Fireballs. Their respective partners will be coming out as we have just an extra minute of break here in between these final 2 matches because Hormachea will be going back-to-back. Winning team ready to go. Here they are, Bueno and Manu.
All right, Bueno, Manu, congratulations on winning that match. You guys have been a phenomenal team since last season in this Division 3. What worked so well within you two?
We got a good communication, good chemistry on the court. We talk before the matches. We talk while we're out there on the court. That's pretty much it. You know, we're getting used to playing with each other. Manu's an excellent player, so you know it makes my job a lot easier. But that's it. Communication is key, and going out there with a game plan.
Manu, what is it like playing with Bueno?
Yeah, it's a pleasure to play with him, and like he said, we have a lot of chemistry, good communication, and you know what he have to do, and I know my job, and we're trying to put things on the court, and we had a good result.
Well, guys, again, congratulations on winning that match. Let's see what else happens on today's game day.
Thank you.
Go close.
And up next, 4th division doubles to close out the game day. Ron and Mega Reina take on Hormachea and Ikeda. Get an extra minute here in between these matches. Hormachea coming out for back-to-back as he had to substitute for Inaki just a few moments ago.
I passed him on my way to the observation deck.
Yes.
And he was not happy about having lost that match in straight sets. So we have, look, he looks composed on the court right now, but he's fired up. Did you know we have an observation deck?
I was going to say, doing some observing up there, so I did not. You're going to have to show me where that is later on.
Absolutely. After the matches.
A good sign for the Fireballs here. Hormachea and Ikeda have played 2 matches, winners of both to begin this Fall 24 season, looking to improve to 3-0. Flipping over here to the Cyclones. Ron and Amiga Reina, well, they came out, that was against Iturbide and Gallo back on the opening game day for the Cyclones back on September 3rd. Ron and Amiga Reina won that one pretty decisively. And we didn't know how Ron was going to make that adjustment up to the front court. He's played both, back and front throughout his time here. Magic City took about 2 years off, back with the program now, and it doesn't seem like he's really skipped a beat, huh?
I don't know if, I know you were in the room, but I don't know if you heard that part of the explanation. I asked him about his training.
Right.
I asked him if he trained as a front court or back court. He said yes. And I said, no, did you train as a front court or a back court? He said yes. So which is it? He said, we only played singles when I trained. So, yeah, if you wanted to win points, you had to throw shots. So train with the power and catching of a back quarter and the kill shots of a front quarter. Pretty good matching.
Oh, absolutely. Coming over from the Philippines, and they play mostly singles. And what we see in singles consistently, front quarters have an advantage, but the way that Ron catches, you can place him in the back, is aggressive as a front quarter. Pretty good combination. Again, one thing we know here, Hormachea against Ron, you're going to see some shots up there in the front. See how this one goes. Game day on the line. You see that score, 3.5 for the Cyclones, 3 for the Fireballs. 1.5 points up for grabs right here. We are ready to go with our final match. Ron and Amiga Reina serve. There's a serve by Ron. We begin. High, hard backhand to the inside. Good catch by Amiga Reina. Back beyond a 13. Ikeda on the forehand. High to the inside. There's Amiga Reina. Backhand just above the pad on the numbers. Great catch by Ikeda. Amiga Reina back there at the 12 line. Puts it inside. Ikeda's got another one. Higher and harder. Amiga Reina steps up. Backhand. Launch. That's well out of reach. Ikeda out of the way. Hormachea with the left side rebote has got a big bounce. Amiga Reina has got it on the inside. Amiga Reina there at the 11. Ikeda switches to the forehand. Off the front wall again, Ron looking for it. That drops between the Cyclones, and Amigarena calls him off, makes a rebote save. Hormachea with the drop shot, dropped in to score. First point of our final match goes to the Fireballs.
Have to say that just in seeing Hormachea and how quickly he got back on the court, it's almost like this is an extension of the last match as far as how warm he is and as far as knowing what he wants to do as far as throwing kill shots.
Amigarena in the middle of the court. Low running backhand on the inside. That's tipped off the side wall. Cyclones get their first point. We're tied.
A little bit of a David and Goliath matchup here with Ikeda and Amigarena. I mean, Amigarena throws absolute bullets, but Ikeda is just capable of laying back here and catching all day. Wow, that opened up.
Ikeda has to get it on the forehand. Amigarena steps around it to keep it on the left side. Low runner. Ikeda backing up, makes a stop. Up over the top at the 13 line. Ron attacking, and it's tipped. Second point for the Fireballs.
Well, I think it's safe to say we knew what Ron was going to do there. Ron was going straight outside. But I'll tell you something. Hormachea was running up the outside. Don't know if that necessarily would have worked. The one thing you don't want is an angry Hormachea with the ball on his right side about the 5 line. At least I don't. You might.
Not me. Not me, Stu.
You're fearless. I'm not.
Here's Amigarena in the middle of the court again, coming out on the left side.
What a
Caught in
catch.
the air low by Ikeda. Backhand lifted to the middle of the court. Here's Amigarena. Backhand to the inside. Ikeda's got another one. Ron up at the 7. Low running backhand, picked off by Ikeda. Ikeda at the 10. Trying to get this one past Amigarena, and that's tipped. 3-1 lead for the Fireballs.
It had seemed that Amigarena had worked those catching issues out again in the later half of 2024, second half of 2024. He's been spot on with those catches. That just went off the tip of his cesta.
Amigarena, middle of the court, low running backhand. Ikeda lets that one pass, and he saves the rebote on the backhand. Ron steps in front of it. Outside placement. Stopped by Hormachea. Hormachea's carom lands in. Oh, and it split him up to score. 4-1 in favor of the Fireball.
It was more of a split placement carom with not a lot on it. Ron had to reach back in to try to get it off his footing. Hard to get that ball to stop in the cesta.
Ron ducks. Serve is good. Here's Amigarena from the backcourt. Hard to the inside. Ikeda steps up to it. Backhand. Just does clear. That's well thrown. Ron, rebote. Play to the inside. Backing up. Here's Ikeda. Ikeda high to the inside. Pulled in by Amigarena. The backhand just above the pad. Cut off by Hormachea. This backhand powered into the corner. Amigarena's back there. Ikeda back at the 12 line, drop to the inside. Amigarena steps up, has it in the air. Low bullet on the backhand. Ikeda now on the forehand.
This is the best backcourt play I've seen from Ikeda.
Amigarena again, stepped another one. Ron looking for it, cuts it off up at the 8. The backhand just sticks inside, that's on the wall. Hormachea plays the rebote. Ron attacking into the costado, hard up the middle. Ikeda stops it, Ikeda high and hard, back to the inside, pulled in by Amigarena. Amigarena launches it. That's floating on the wall. Tough save. Ron looking for it. Just out of the way. Lets his backcourter handle. Here's Amigarena. Outside placement. That's outside of play.
Hormachea, you saw him extend his hand down low to Ron, basically apologizing. He knew that he cut in front of him. Players, for the most part, because you got the side wall there on your left-hand side, when you're trying to open up and get out of the way, you move to the outside. Occasionally you do that and you realize that you blocked your opponent. Completely unintentional.
Amigarena at the 10, low runner inside, cut off by Hormachea. Great read, the backhand. Picked off in the corner. Low runner on the inside, stopped again by Hormachea. Quick turn on the backhand. Amigarena backing up, makes the play overhead. Here's Hormache on the inside, hard backhand. Amigarena keeps this on the left side. Ikeda with a tip ball right at the feet. That's going to score for the Cyclones. That extends the set, but still possible set point for the Fireballs.
If I'm not mistaken, that's Ikeda's first miss. First tip ball there on the inside. I mean, he's just been flawless. So smooth here in the backcourt. Hormache very much wanting to finish this off here. Be curious to see if he goes for the serve. Ron does have a good serve. Yeah, beautiful.
Ikeda's backhand sticks inside. Amigarena pulls it in. Hard throw from the 12. Ikeda's got it. Amigarena keeps it on the left side. Hard backhand. Ikeda ducks. Hormache comes back. Ron attacking. Not going to get there. Lets it pass to the backcourt. Here's Amigarena. Low runner to the inside. Ikeda takes it off the wall. High hard return. Amigarena back there beyond a 13. Powers this one. Not going to get past Ikeda. Good stop. Amigarena's backhand. Ikeda pulls it in back at the 11 line. This one dropping up a little further. Amigarena steps up. Ikeda now back beyond a 13. This one lobbed up. Amigarena's there at the 10 line. Backcourters trading throws here. That's Amigarena keeping it on the left. The backhand just above the pad. Hormache gets in there. Amigarena high and hard. That just did clear. Hormache takes off looking for the rebote. It's a 2-wall thrown to score. Point and set. Fireballs win it 6-2. 2 minutes, we'll come back and play our second set.
Quite a time to throw it. That was such a well-played point, and actually a well-played point by all 4 players. Once again, you're watching Battle Court live from the Magic City Jai-Alai Fronton in Miami, Florida. The Fireballs going up against the Cyclones. We are in the last scheduled match for the game day. We're in the break period between the 2 mandatory sets, the first set and second set. Here's Hormache on a replay. Changing the pace, drops it back to the inside. Ron trying to cut back there is not going to make it. Ron outside placement, stopped dead on the forehand of Hormache. Hormache, not really a great carom, but enough. Winds up being a split placement and it scores. This 2-all, however, beautifully executed by Hormache. Again, he's playing back-to-back. It's like he stepped right out of his last match. One of the fiercest competitors you'll see in Jai-Alai anywhere. Been that way his entire career. Couldn't be happier to have him join us for Battle Court here for fall 2024. That is, of course, Alex Hormache. And our very own Ikeda, who's playing beautifully here in the backcourt. Catch after catch, throw after throw, hanging in there with Amigarena. This Fireball team looks really, really good. About 30 seconds to go before we begin our second set. Reminder of the scoring here in Battle Court. First team to reach 6 points wins the set. First team to win 2 sets wins the match. You have the Fireballs with the victory there, 6-2. See what happens here in this second set. If the Fireballs are able to take it in straight sets, or if the Cyclones are able to come back. A lot of conversation going on here in the DraftKings players cage. Amigarena getting a lot of feedback there from Manu. See Bueno there to his left. And that whistle means we're ready to begin our next set.
Second set ready to begin. Ron and Amigarena have the serve for the Cyclones. There's the serve. Our second set's underway. Amigarena from the 10 line. There's the backhand. Ikeda with a good catch in the corner. Ron up at the 9, backhand. Cut off. Here's Ikeda. Rebote left side. Hormachea tracks it down, puts it on the wall. Well placed. Better catch by Amigarena. Backing up, he scooped it. Ikeda winds up the forehand high and hard, kicks off the sidewall. Amigarena from the 11. Backhand inside. There's Hormachea. Low bullet. Amigarena steps back to the 13. Hard forehand again. Here's Amigarena on the left side from the 10 line. The backhand, that's right on the wall. Ikeda ducks. Hormachea's got the rebote on the inside. Good pick by Amigarena. Ikeda from the 12 line over the top. Dropping low. Hormachea steps up to it. Hormachea on the left side. Here's Amigarena back there at the 13. Well, that one just does clear the overhead screen. Hormachea waiting for the rebote, drops it high to the inside. Amigarena lets it pass, digs out the rebote, but that comes up short. First point of our second set to the Fireballs.
There was nothing easy about that play. Unless Amigarena moved up on that ball to catch it in the air, that ball was shooting straight down, taking a big bounce to the back wall, and did not have much speed coming off of the back wall. Really well thrown by Hormachea. Ron looking like he wants to take the serve.
That is an over serve. Second serve coming up.
Not that one.
Second serve is good. Amigarena with the backhand. Just out of reach. Ikeda. Either Hormachea gets out there for the rebote. Ron cuts it off. There's a backhand. Trying to pass. He does. Hormachea gets back there at the 8. Makes another save. Here's Amigarena back there at the 11 line. Hard throw to the inside. Ikeda's got it. Amigarena just beyond the 11 line. There's a backhand on the wall. Dropping low. Ikeda pulls it in. This one takes Amigarena to the outside. He runs under it, winds up the forehand back over the top. Just out of reach of Hormachea, and it's tipped in the corner.
Only saying because you have Ikeda hopping at the back wall. There's really, unless you make that catch spot on perfect, there's nothing you can do.
Ikeda again opens up with the left side, dropping low. Good defense by Ron, got in there to cut it off. Ikeda on the forehand from the 11 line, dropping to the inside. Amigarena's got it. Ikeda now back of the 13, high and hard, dropping on the wall. Here's Amigarena, backhand, launched. Hormachea looking to track it down. He drops it inside, looking for the big bouncer. Amigarena steps up, cuts it off in the air. This one step by Hormachea on the inside. Amigarena back there at the 11, another backhand. Ikeda stops another one. Ikeda now over the 10. Higher and harder, this one out of reach. Ron alone for the rebote. Rebote powered up the middle. Ikeda now with the forehand. Hard back to the inside, picked off by Amigarena, backhand 2-wall. Clean miss in the backcourt. Rebote saved by the Fireballs. That opens up. Amigarena digs it out. Hormachea attacks from the costado. It's a drop shot. Got the first bounce, not the second. And Ron lost it on the costado.
Such a good read by Ron, but it was enough that he made the catch. Did not have to turn it into anything fancy as far as the throw was concerned. It was enough that he made the catch. Just get it back in play. Rebote save here on the replay. See Hormachea grab it, drop shot. You see Ron gets there and loses it on the backswing.
Powerful serve coming up the middle. Amigarena backhand to the inside. Hormachea left side rebote save on the bounce. Here's Amigarena over the top. Ikeda all alone. Good catch up high on the left side. Ikeda steps in there on the forehand, looking to cross the sidewall. He does. Amigarena calls him off on the rebote. 2-all return. Stopped by Hormachea. The drop shot got the first bounce, not the second. Amigarena rips it to the inside. Ikeda's got to make a tough save, and he does. And it's tipped by Amigarena in the front.
So the concentration on Ikeda's face was just something to behold. tremendous focus the whole time it passed him. Got that ball into his cesta and just situational awareness in terms of knowing where the front wall is, how far away it is. He got it up. Landed it. Very well done by Ikeda. Beautifully played.
That's a hard serve. Amigarena steps in there. Backhand from the 11 line. Ikeda now over the top. And a half carom not opening up enough, but it does score. 4-1 in favor of the Fireballs.
I can understand Amigarena missing that one up in the front court. He's not a front quarter. Not that comfortable up there. That tip there in the back court, well within his ability to make that catch.
Amigarena from the 11. There's a powerful backhand. Early call for Hormachea. He makes the save. Great catch by Ikeda. Ripped it off the sidewall. Not going to get the backhand to pass. Here's Amigarena over the top. Hormachea lets it pass. Here's Ikeda from the corner. Backhand lobbed up. Here's Ron back of the 9. A runner inside. Picked off by Ikeda. Ikeda high and hard. Amigarena steps around this one. Back of the 12 line. Amigarena comes back to the forehand of Ikeda. Sidearm play, looking across the sidewall. Both players jump. Off his footing, Amigarena makes the save. This takes Ikeda to the outside with time. There's a forehand. Softer touch, crossing the sidewall, dropping low. Amigarena stays with it. Hormachea attacking inside placement. That scores. 5 points for the Fireballs. They have a possible set and a possible match point. What a beautiful costado. He hasn't kept many to the inside today, Stu. Right at his feet. 5-1 lead. Just have to close it out. Serve just above the pad. Little runner inside. Ikeda with a great catch. Backhand from the 10. Hard throw lobbed up. There's Amigarena from the left side. Big backhand, that clears the overhead screen. Hormachea off his footing. He drops it on the wall, and it scores for the win. Point, set, and match. The Fireballs win it in straight sets, 6-2, 6-1. And with that win, the Fireballs take the game day 4.5 to 3.5. Stay tuned for the post-game show coming up in just a few moments.
What is Court Jai-Alai? The world's fastest ball sport, and so much more. Jai-Alai is played inside a 3-wall court that measures just 120 feet long by 33 feet wide. The game is played with a hand-woven wicker basket called a cesta and a Jai-Alai ball. The ball is as hard as a rock, and it travels around the court at an average speed of 150 miles per hour. Players will crash into the sidewall or throw themselves onto the concrete ground without a single layer of padding just to get to it. Jai-Alai is like playing baseball if you had to catch and throw with just the gloved hand. And it's a rally sport, kind of like tennis, but much more dangerous.
Manny, there's a carom. Bradley on the move, breaking. He got there. Blast the forehand. Everybody out of the way, and Nicholas got hit by the ball.
Jai-Alai is played as a singles match or as a doubles match. The match winner is the first player or doubles pair to win 2 out of 3 sets played to 6 points.
Gaucheri up in the front court towards the inside. What a scoop!
What an amazing
by Douglas.
catch.
Gaucheri picks it up in the front court, whips it inside.
Right, another
one.
one. Did it
He
again.
made it.
2 times back to back. That's freaking crazy.
Here's Gaucheri, 2-wall return. Douglas reaching outside. Powerful forehand at the feet is missed for the win.
Point, set, and match.
Point, set, and match.
That's
Douglas.
respect.
Every point rally begins with a serve, then the players alternate catching and throwing the ball. While a point is being played, the ball can hit any of the court walls, but it cannot bounce twice on the ground. Simply put, the object of the game is to catch one more ball than your opponent, or better yet, to fire the ball so it can't be caught. When a player cannot successfully return the ball to the front wall, then 1 point is awarded to the opposition and the next rally begins with a new serve. A Battle Court game day consists of 6 matches, and the team that wins the most matches wins the day. Pick your favorite team, doubles pairing, or singles player, and cheer for them all season long. Or up the ante and bet on it. Battle Court Jai-Alai allows for wagering on the matches, the sets, and each individual point. The ball is lethal, the game is lightning fast, and the action is limitless. This is Battle Court Jai-Alai.
Hey everyone, welcome into the Battle Court postgame show. Fireballs defeat the Cyclones today 4.5 to 3.5. We have our player of the day ready to go in the ESPN3 DraftKings Players Cage. That's going to be Hormachea of the Fireballs for today. Alex, you opened up some of the shots in that first match of the day with Ubilla. How comfortable are you throwing those costados in just your first couple games out here?
Well, I think we're getting better and better each time. I think that Ubilla was helping me a lot to dominate the points and catching up in the front. It's very easy to try to kill the point.
Yeah, and talk about the communication with both of your doubles partners. I mean, limited experience for you, but how were you able to get back up to speed and really play so well to begin this season where most guys have struggled?
Well, I trained a lot in Spain. I was preparing very hard for this. I was lucky enough to play last year the tournament that it was last summer, and I think that we got in the groove pretty quick. And I've been practicing a lot, and I think we were going to be given a good season this year.
Alex, question for you: what's it like to adjust from traditional court to the play here in Battle Court?
It's a big difference. It's a mental game. I think basically here you have to get used to the rhythm. It's very intense, and you have a little bit more time in the big court, and you have a lot more spaces to kill the points. But I think that little by little you have to get inside the groove and find the shots here that work.
You're doing a great job, and we're really, really glad to have you here.
Thank you.
Awesome.
I'm having lots of fun.
Awesome start to the season for Hormachea. He is our player of the day for today. Thanks, Alex.
Thank you, guys.
And we'll have Stu and I join you here back on camera. Let's get some of those replays started.
Far less interesting than Hormachea, actually, when I see us. Yeah.
I agree, Stu. Some of the replays here and recap these Cyclones and the Fireballs today. I mean, 2 teams outside of the playoffs last season, but I think it's a pretty safe bet that one of these 2 teams is going to make it this time around, Stu. Getting us started with Hormachea and Ubilla against Fronton and Amigarena.
High degree of intensity all day. As you can hear in the background, we have the Fireballs. We're basically in the Fireballs locker room. We have a little space next to them. And
they're fired up with their win.
Here we go with slow-mo on this replay. Beautiful catch by Fronton. Scoop attempt there, just out of the reach of Ubilla.
I mean, it was 5-0 in the first set in favor of the Cyclones, and Hormachea and Ubilla were able to come back, win 6 straight points to take that first set. Look at the 2-all, though. Gorgeous.
As player of the day, Hormachea was talking to us about practicing for this court. I know that I sent a ball over there for him to try to get used to. It seems like it's paid off. He's landing. That. I mean, he's landing shots. His positioning is excellent. Just doing a great job. And Fronton really started off this very aggressively like we saw Friday night.
Yeah, what a way to end it, though. Beautiful 2-all. It's a Fireball. It's a win in the opening match of the game day. And then, kicking it over here to singles, this was Ron against Ikeda.
So, as I said earlier, both of these players came to the World Jai-Alai League at the end of 2019 and led us into some big changes as far as more traditional play. Very even on the court. Ron a little bit more aggressive here with shots. Ikeda will outcatch him for the most part. Yeah, absolutely. So Ikeda's game overall more defensive, but the 2 of them have been playing with each other and against each other 4 years.
And back of the doubles here, Hormachea subbing for Inaki with Cabrera taking on Bueno and Manu. Look at that outside placement, though.
Bueno and Manu played so well. Obviously, if I'm not mistaken, they won that match.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, so they did win the match. Bueno's game consistent from what he brought on Friday. His catching's been excellent. Hormachea got the better of him on a few shots, but once Bueno was locked in with his court positioning, he was stopping balls to the outside and just overall doing a fantastic job of shutting down Hormache's game in this game, which was the penultimate game for today's matches.
Yeah, this one with Ikeda behind him now. This was the finale. Look at that. Perfect read on the outside placement. The carom, boy, split them up to score.
The most important thing is get that ball away from your opponents. And so if you throw it where it hits the sidewall and goes into the sidewall and cuts out well, that's one thing. This turned out to be a split placement. It's a carom thrown from the forehand into the sidewall. Doesn't open up that much. Ron reaching back to the inside, just out of reach.
Yeah, looking to defend the net. Beat him to his left side. And with that win, the Fireballs and started off with a 3-0 lead in this game day. It came down to the final match, and they still win 4.5 to 3.5. Let's see what that does to our season-long standings here. 4 points on the game day, but it's the Cyclones up there at the top, 13.5 points. Fireballs in second. But again, a game day ahead for both of those teams. And the Renegades, Warriors, Chargers, and Devils in that order round out 3rd through 6th in our standings. Again, in our Fall 24 season, the top 4 teams will advance to the playoffs. 1st and 4th place will face off in one semifinal, 2nd and 3rd place in the other, and then the 2 winners in our championship to be played. I believe that's Friday night, December 13th, Stu. We're going to
even know the date in December.
I think we got it now.
I just know
if it's not the 13th,
I just know it's sometime in December.
It's going to be the Devils and Chargers tomorrow, September 17th, 5 p.m. Eastern time, right here as we continue on. It's going to be Alex and Bradley taking on Iturbide and Gallo. Then CRB Kubala against El Barba and Arta. Number 1 doubles next. Alex and Urbieta take on Zuleika and Benny, followed by CRB and Bradley against El Barba and Gallo. Then 2 singles to close it out. First, Alex against Zuleika, and then Urbieta against Benny. Stu and I will be back here on the call for those 6 matches between the Devils and Chargers tomorrow at 5 p.m. Until then, have a great night.
See you tomorrow.
Jairo, do you have any serving rituals?
Yeah, I have a lot of them.
Today we're comparing the tennis ball to the highlight ball.
Just like that effortless look, but it's really a lot of effort.
5 facts about Battle Court Highlight you didn't know.
The ball averages a speed of 150 miles an hour, and the world record is 190 miles an hour.
Hi, my name is Anderson, and I cracked this glass.
I love y'all boys!